Hey, this is Amber,
And this is Camille. You don't normally hear from us.
but we're here on Dimplez Radio.
I was just waiting
No.
until the stars aligned for the world to rejoice. You know, so funny. In my head, Camille was a 5%er.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
She was like, peace, guys. Peace, queen.
I was doing a little bit of research, and I do call Black people kings and queens.
And brother and sister.
No, I don't do that. I say king and
King
queen.
and queen.
He'd be like, yeah, peace, God. Peace, king.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Dimplez Radio.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a very interesting episode because we have no guests this week.
Hey.
It's
We
so
the seat
extra.
fillers.
It's so funny. We have no guests this week, so you get to talk to me and two members of my team, Camille and Amber. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
So these two are the magicians behind the show. Like, they deal with my craziness because I'm a little crazy. But that's kind of like, you know, a thing of the genius. You know what I mean? I don't be hearing about Andy Warhol being real even-tempered. You know what I mean? I don't hear about Oprah being like,
I don't know if we want to go Oprah.
I know Oprah's a little
Oprah's,
too
you
far.
know, the
Yeah, that's
unicorn.
Love
over.
me some Oprah.
That's over.
Yeah, don't
Oprah's
say
not-
nothing about Oprah being crazy.
I'm not saying Oprah's crazy. I'm just saying we never hear no stories about Oprah taking no shit.
This is true.
Okay.
True.
This is true.
But do people bring Oprah shit?
This is, look, I'm trying to be Oprah.
Don't bring me no shit.
In real life, that's just goals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be a very interesting episode because they never really get to talk on the radio. They normally be in the background nodding their heads and agreeing with me when I say stuff. And I'll be like, well, Camille is in the back nodding and agreeing with me, as you can see, which you probably can't unless you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. But that's neither here nor there.
And
No
sometimes I
shameless
don't like to
plug.
be in the video, just on the video.
I mean,
I feel
Camille's
like
just
one
really...
video you were like right there though.
Yeah. And that's why I don't like it.
Look, you know what's so funny? Especially because we like live in Hollywood. You see people do some random stuff for video. I was you guys know where like Hollywood Boulevard is, right by the right across the street from the Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was over there. They got some stores over there. I was just being nosy, you know. I was window shopping, you know, just looking like what kind of outfits they got around here. So in doing all of that, there's this kid with this like huge contraption on his shoulders. And I'm like, bro, what is this? And he's like talking, like he's looking at the camera and he's talking to himself. And I'm like, my man, what the hell is this on your shoulder? And he's like, I'm going live on YouTube right now. And he's like standing in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard.
my.
And I'm like,
Wait, so was it like on his back and like came
it was
forward?
yeah. It was like
intense.
think about it like, you know those weighted backpacks? It's like a weighted backpack with like two rods that come over the shoulder.
No, I see the
With
visual.
a-
This is
with
just
a-
ridiculous.
You know what I mean? Like with a screen in front of their face, and he's standing like, you know, that little crosswalk. He's standing in the crosswalk, but he's like creeped out into the street.
So this is also dangerous.
Yeah. So I'm like, he's like, I'm on YouTube Live right now, and I'm just like, so you gonna die in the traffic?
And this was all on his YouTube live.
I'm pretty sure. So if you see me randomly on somebody's YouTube Live, let me know, because I was just like, my man, you look real foolish. I was trying to reason it out.
You could have been a witness to a crime.
You know what I mean? Like,
Murder.
I
That's
feel
so crazy that you say that.
I feel like we all learned, like, that was like a basic rule, like not to play in traffic.
Yeah.
And he was just, not only was he doing that, but he was like operating hardware. Well,
I have a question.
Not present.
okay.
And I feel bad, but sometimes I just have to ask, what was his race?
You already know. The fact that
You already know.
the fact that you had to ask, it ain't us.
I know it's not us, but I just,
It ain't us.
I just wonder
My
when
mom-
things like that happen.
Listen, I'm a grown adult, and my mom in my old age in another state will fly out and whoop my ass if I did some shit like
I
that.
just wonder, like, how were you raised
I don't know.
to think that was okay? And then to videotape it.
And that, you know
But
what?
wait, what was he trying to capture? What was the?
He was YouTube live vlogging his Hollywood experience.
Oh.
And that's just one of those things where it's like, even if you are gonna, like, it's like going on IG Live. You go on IG Live the joint, you're not wearing this huge contraption and standing in the middle of traffic. You on the sidewalk being like, oh, look at these street performers, or look at the.
Right.
This is really intense.
He was just playing in traffic.
That's really intense.
So, what's the wildest thing you've seen since you've been here, Amber? Because you're not from LA, like, either.
No, I've been here, 6-7 months?
Yeah.
The wildest thing? I don't think I've seen anything wild. It's just like, I just see that people are weird. Like, they will really walk around with a contraption on their back just to capture
a moment.
A moment. Just be in the moment. But then also, I've seen that people, how can I word this, can make money off of anything. Like, just the certain jobs I've picked up, I'm like, what? People are really paying this much money for this thing?
So,
but
when I was, whatchamacallit? I was freelancing a little bit a few years ago. I got hired to be somebody's professional airbrusher for their images that they post on the internet.
Oh.
They pay me money per image to Photoshop
themselves.
And you know what the funniest thing is? I just downloaded Facetune. And this is when Facetune first started out, so people ain't really know.
I love that.
And I was just on there like,
just
airbrushing, just going ham. You know what I mean? I'm
probably
like,
Googling, trying to figure out.
It's money out here in any and everything.
I'm like, you don't even look like this, but it don't matter.
It don't matter.
It's none of my business. Have y'all seen that video?
Business.
Yes.
None of my business.
Oh, Mr. Hotspot?
I don't know.
Oh, Camille.
Oh, my God.
That is
Camille.
the best video ever of
So,
2017.
Odell Beckham has a cousin who's like responsible for all these digital trends that we usually pick up to. So, like those people that do the you know, those people.
Oh, y'all trick y'all? Are we talking
No,
about
no,
Soulja
no, no.
Boy?
Hey, what we talking
You know those people. The dance.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
What is that?
I wish you guys could see the dance.
That dance is called something.
That I think it's hit the foe.
Yeah, hit
Hit the foe.
Okay.
God,
I wish
don't
I
know.
could do that. I wish I could do that.
I can only do like 2, and then I start messing up because you know what it is. I come from the era of the Soulja Boy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? The Superman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And where we had whole 8 counts choreographed. Do you know what I mean? Like,
these dance moves now are quick.
These dances are too quick. You know what I mean? Like,
You used to join the stanky leg.
Look, Soulja Boy gave us a 16 count. You know what I mean?
He did.
Like the entire chorus.
It was very helpful too.
Right,
Person
like-
without rhythm to know, like,
You know what I
this
mean?
is where
Yeah,
you go
even if
next.
you don't have rhythm,
When you
can do it.
Superman and you go,
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, there you go.
Directions. I appreciate this.
Look.
Because I could not Millie Rock, and I wish I could Millie Rock.
If they just gave me a few directions in the song, just give me
You're
a few.
so funny.
I'm serious.
wish
I
I could Millie
would. I would. But every time I see everybody else's interpretation of the Millie Rock, and I'm like, so what is it? And then I saw a video of Sade doing a Millie Rock. Very gracefully.
Sade? It's a video
Nah,
of Sade?
nah, really. I'm
It
just
wasn't a
hyping
real
you.
Millie
I'm
Rock.
hyping you.
It wasn't a
Oh.
real.
I'm like, hold on.
Please don't let
Look it up
her.
right now.
Look, Sade did not do a Millie Rock.
What was she doing then?
She
The
was-
Sway Rock?
She was.
What they did was no. What they did was they found an old video
And they
of
put
her
the song
doing
over it.
Smooth Operator.
First of all, let's talk about
Smooth Operator.
let's talk about people taking videos and just like recreating things that's not what they said. Like
I
that
do
is
that.
the craziest thing.
I do it.
Like you could really be like, somebody just my friend Swoop just sent me this picture of it was like a screenshot of J. Cole's documentary, and it had like the subtitles. None of that is what he said in this documentary. Like somebody just created subtitles and was just making this meme go around.
Wow. That's powerful.
It's crazy.
We're in a really crazy time. The fact that you can get away with that and people are just like, oh yeah, this is fact.
This is what he said.
This
That's
is what
not
he-
what he
But
said.
that's so dangerous.
really
so
crazy.
scary.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because I'm going to be really real with you. A lot of the sites, and this is totally like a different lane, but like a lot of the sites that are very pro alt-right, right? You know what I mean? A lot of those sites started off as gag sites. And that's the wildest, like, do you know what I mean? But you say something and you put a .com on it and you put a logo that looks somewhat official, people gonna take that as
People
gold.
run with it.
People don't take that as gold because people don't. You have to keep in mind the vast majority of people don't operate or know or understand media the way that we consume it.
This is true.
You know what I mean? Like, we work in media. So, like, at the end of the day, you're going to be able to look at a site and be like, I don't know if this is true. This ain't a CNN or an MSNBC or a Fox or whatever.
This is true.
This is just, this is what?
And even at times, Wikipedia shouldn't really be used because I even was able to fuck up some things on Wikipedia back when, no, sincerely, back when I was in middle
Basically,
school.
if you got a wiki page, Camille says she can fuck you up.
Well,
So you was rewriting history, and
I rewrote things from like the history of soccer. I was touching things I had no business because I was just like, oh, this is something I'm definitely not interested in. Nobody I know would like look this up. So I'm going to write up my own history of like a rock collection, stuff. And
so I'm sitting next to somebody who was just creating Wikipedia pages.
yes,
Pretty much.
I was, but I got stopped.
Who stopped you?
Wikipedia. They sent me an email. It's so trash. They sent me an email saying that my account was suspended because they were still trying to figure out where I got all my facts.
What? Oh, so they like follow up with like people.
Yes, they do.
I
They're
mean,
very,
they do now.
They try their best because of people like me.
You know what I mean? But you know
Blame
what?
Camille.
If you
I learned my
do,
lesson.
you know what the thing I learned about Wikipedia is that, like, if you make enough edits that are correct, you become what they call, like, what is it, an expert or something? They have a special name for it.
I know they blocked me out. I can't even.
So,
You can't even search up on Wikipedia.
come
I
in.
can search upon it, but I don't know the official stuff. That stuff really hurts. But go ahead.
Yo, in real life, I wish you guys could see her face. She's so mad.
I really can't contribute anymore. So
She's like, I can't contribute to Wikipedia anymore. They blocked. Look,
That is so funny.
but no. If you put enough like accurate things on Wikipedia, they make you like an expert, and then you're able to then create like Wikipedia pages, which is like the most like it's like the upper level. It's like it's like going from like novice to expert to wizard.
well, I had
Yeah,
my
I
time.
mean-
you create the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, because you like they like, oh, Amber got all the facts. Forget Camille,
Well,
right?
they did.
You know what I mean? Amber got all the facts. All of the facts. Oh man.
Let's speak that into existence.
So I was watching this video today, and it was about this girl who's been natural hair for 6 years,
Okay.
and she relaxed her hair. You seen the video?
I've seen a lot of those videos on YouTube.
But you know what? I understand.
Understand?
Why?
I understand why. Cause look, I'm gonna be real with you. My hair flourished the most when I was getting those just for me relaxers and using Blue Magic.
The baby ones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
and
I
use it-
remember those days.
I had that same hairstyle. I was like,
Look.
give me that look.
And using Blue Magic, that heavy petroleum based oil on my scalp.
The stuff they tell you exactly not to use.
Right. Cause you know, natural hair life is difficult.
It is.
They be like,
Yes.
you know how many oils I gotta buy?
Or not even just to try and see which oils work good with your hair.
You know what I mean?
It's expensive.
I'm gonna be real with you. Coconut oil does not like me.
It doesn't? Are you serious?
Coconut oil is like,
Oh my gosh.
what?
It like the scalp was like, no.
Dang.
Coconut oil would be like, you on your own, shorty.
I'm so sorry.
You tripping, bro.
When I found coconut oil, I said, my world has changed. My hair
Nah.
is shiny.
But you know what the
full.
difference is? And because me and all of that, it's just so much work. I just weave my hair up.
Yeah. No, I keep my hair in braids. I be like, natural this, natural that, but like, I don't be done with my hair.
Because it's
a
like
lot
it's
to
a lot of
comb.
time and just
It's
It's
so
just a
much
lot
to
to
comb.
process.
It's so much work. But you know what?
I admire those who are like full blown, like into the natural.
Supernatural, they be like, it's a wash and go, girl.
My hair does not.
Let me tell you, the only people I know for sure that can wash and go is white people. And I appreciate it. Respect.
You know?
Look, super respect. Because your hair does something my hair does not. And that is cooperate.
Yeah, and we have to like train our hair too. Like if our hair isn't hydrated enough, those wash and goes.
You know what I
won't
mean?
work.
Like the fact that we have to train our hair like an animal You just told me I need to train my hair.
Well, we have to train it because we probably was getting relaxers for so many
But
years.
what
so
were
it's
they
like
doing in the Jesus Bible days?
Just being
Braiding
natural,
it up,
braiding
braids
it
and
up,
stuff. I'm looking
natural
at it,
oils,
you know.
Berries.
not putting too much junk in it like we get.
I want to find out what the Egyptians did. What did Nefertiti do? I want to know
Put some berries in her hair.
I feel like she did
Cleopatra.
something exotic.
I feel like Cleopatra was like,
Some
forget all y'all. Y'all need to open up all them aloe vera cacti and put that in my head.
Yeah, I heard aloe vera is good on the hair.
Is it? I
I've
just
never
made
tried
that up.
the aloe vera.
No, I
well,
really-
no. People do like the aloe vera gel. I was thinking about. I was like, I haven't tried that yet.
I just made that up.
You can do like a aloe vera wash or rinse or whatever, much like you do the apple cider vinegar rinse.
Yeah,
It's supposed to like, make your hair feel all luxurious.
This is just too much.
Wait, what?
It's supposed to feel luxurious.
I thought you said leisure.
Oh, did I? I don't know.
I'm like,
Somebody will let
Somebody understood what she said.
Somebody will say.
It wasn't me though.
I'm like leisure.
Maybe I
I
was
can't talk.
transitioning into it. It just didn't.
Luxurious.
Would you ever get a relaxer?
I don't know. See,
Amber, think about it.
no, I don't
Amber,
think
think
I
about
would.
it.
I don't think I would because I don't like.
You think about it?
I'm thinking about it.
Why you think about it?
I just want to be able to go like this with my hair,
But you
Like, fully.
can't.
No, I can't.
See, I wouldn't because I just like to just wet my hair and put it in a bun and let my curls just do whatever. But if I have a relaxer, then it's not going to do that. It's just going to be
Well, if you
stringy.
get a kitty relaxer,
No, you gotta get a texturizer.
yeah.
I'ma
That's what
just
you gotta do.
stick with the water and
I'm gonna
coconut
be real with you.
conditioner.
So like my head is just a little interesting because the front be like low key texturized on its own because I manipulate the front more, but then the back is like nah.
I really hate that about our hair. Like, you really will have like 4 or 5 different textures.
Yeah.
Just all in one head. Like, one side is like literally could be bone straight if I curl it out, and it would take a long time for it to just go back to the natural fro. So I'm walking around, all my head's a fro, and this part still long, soft, looking like I have a mullet.
Yeah,
or
I don't
something.
understand that.
So
Look
what's-
up into that?
Got a question. What's the wildest compliment you've ever received? Just speaking about hair, because I gotta wear a compliment today, and I want to see how if y'all have one that beats it.
Oh my God, this man, he saw me at the 7-Eleven. I'll never forget him. The first thing that popped in my mind, he was looking at me intently. And he was like, you look like.
What she look like?
How he thought. Her face. You look like. After a minute, he said this woman named like Maxine something, like she was a singer like from the 70s. I've never heard of her before. It was like a nightingale or it was something hella exotic, and I felt like, oh my God, like
This is so great.
thank you so much.
Did you go look her up?
I did, but I don't remember her name anymore. Like
Did she look like you?
no, she didn't at all, but she was beautiful. She didn't look at me like me at all, but she was really
She's like, she
beautiful.
looked nothing like me, actually.
I mean, we're both black, so
That's about
and both had
that.
the
Was he
same.
white or was he black?
He was a black man, but you have to hear the voice, like
The heart.
He had
The heart.
a hard life, so I feel like maybe
Yeah.
I was just reminding him of her
You
energy.
maybe gave her vibe or
essence,
something.
vibe.
Maybe.
All right, what about you, Amber?
About my hair?
No, what's just in general?
They say I used to look like Janet Jackson when she was Penny,
Ooh, I could see that.
but
Because you be doing the dad hats, too. You know what
I
I
be having
mean?
bad hair days.
You know what I mean? I be like, okay.
Oh, I have a good one. So
Okay.
this was when I was in the 8th grade and my parents wanted to put me in private school.
Yeah,
So I'm like shadowing different private schools.
yeah.
So I go to this one school, all girls school, and I walk in and the nun greets me. And she says, "Oh, are you Shalika?" Something like, stereotypical black girl name. And I'm like, no. Like, my name's Amber. And then she was like, oh. I'm just like, lady, how do you just automatically walk up somebody and just,
Stereotype of name.
yes.
That's pretty interesting.
I only went to that school for 7 days. I had my parents take me out, though. But that was,
She said, I only went to that school for 7 days. That's
I did.
privilege.
I said, I don't want
tell
to go
you.
here. And I cried, and they just pulled me out. But that was like
Oh,
the
shoot.
craziest thing.
Your parents are lit. I cried so much about going to my schools. My parents like, suck it up.
No, my dad wasn't on it. He was like, no, you're going.
Oh, really? But mom was the one that was like, nah.
Yeah. And then he gave in and said I can get pulled out. And then he changed his mind. I was like, you can't do that. You already told her she can leave.
that you were gone in 7 days regardless.
I was gone. I'm like, give me a 5
Yeah,
year.
your pants
That's
are
so
lit.
funny. Okay, so I got a couple awkward statements today.
Today.
Today. Yeah, I'm not even talking about in general, because in general, men are just weird.
Okay.
So the first one today, I was in the middle of a meeting, doing business like I do business and whatnot. And man's was like across the room, he's like, yo, we're kind of hungry. Are we going to go get some food? And I'm like, yeah, no, we're definitely going to go get some food. And he goes, I'll be about a snack. And I was like, we got a vending machine downstairs. He's like, nah, you look like a snack.
Oh.
And I'm like,
What?
this is so awkward. This is in front of,
for that.
this is, he was a little parched, but we was in front of mad coworkers. I'm like, okay, this is just awkward.
Yeah, what do you say after that? Like, what do you say? Okay.
You just don't. You just don't respond. Like
no laugh.
No, I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear you.
Wow.
I didn't hear you.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna think twice about calling anybody.
Nah, I just didn't hear you. What? Oh, I'm about a snack. You look like a snack.
What?
I'm sorry, I don't understand your accent.
I mean, I've heard that before, but in the setting and the timing, it's just
look.
very...
I'm gonna be real with you. I was like, look, English is my second language. I have no idea what you just said.
Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I get
All
Don't
else
play.
fails. English is my second language.
No.
I got
Second
none.
of how many languages though?
5.
Exactly.
But that's neither here nor there.
So we can't.
So I was definitely like, I don't know what you just said. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I know it sounds like I speak English very well, but really I don't. This is all a facade.
Oh Lord.
I love doing that. Like, what? Huh?
This is all a
I
facade.
feel like I just want to learn Spanish just so I could do that.
Do that to
men,
people
random
randomly.
people. Just go
I'll be
off
doing
in
that.
Spanish.
I'll be doing
I'm
that.
really thinking like, oh,
I got my homegirl. She's from Mexico,
yeah.
and we stay speaking Spanish in public around people who I know don't speak Spanish, so I can make them uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's amazing. I do.
Now
Listen,
Amber's like, she's all peace and positivity now.
No, some people really do that. Like, I'm gonna just be.
No. But the reason why I do it is the same reason why when I hang out with if me and my mom go somewhere in public, that's why we speak our language. It has nothing to do with you, but like that bond, that culture. Look, I'm gonna flaunt it. Has nothing to do with you.
My insecurity of not speaking.
Nah, you could go learn.
All right.
Right?
Yeah, it's
They
true.
got books.
It's true.
Right?
You know.
So
I wish I could do that
I'm gonna
sometimes.
keep speaking. I'm gonna keep speaking my language until you either learn or you get over it.
So you do it purposely?
Yeah, because you know what it is. You know,
Shame
no. It's not even to shame people because when Americans go overseas and you go to Europe and you go to Italy and you speak in English, how you think you look to the Italians who don't know what the fuck you saying?
Crazy.
They're like, damn, they just gonna speak another language all day. They not even gonna.
But if I could, I would talk.
You know what I mean? Like, they ain't even gonna speak Italian, bruh. Like, you ain't got like 1-2 words.
I'm gonna have to have Siri with me.
See, it doesn't bother me when
translating.
people that speak other languages are.
Around you.
You know, it doesn't.
Nah, I be eavesdropping.
I mean, yeah, if I knew what they were saying, I would be like,
I stay eavesdropping.
Okay, but
I stay eavesdropping and
ahead,
pretending
speak
like
your
I don't know
talk.
what you're saying. I mean, yeah. So what has been what is a resolution that you have for the year that you want to accomplish? Like for sure. Like if all else fails, I want to at least accomplish this. I already know Camille's. Camille's is like she want a man.
What? That's definitely not it. Whoa.
why you just do that?
Front street, Lord help me.
Camille been
Now
working.
she just steered your whole topic.
I was thinking about water. I was thinking about this marathon you were trying to enlist me in. I was
said-
thinking about my health and my wellness.
She put you at the bare minimum
Look.
resolution.
Look, nah, Camille been working on her bae.
No, I have not.
Oh my God.
I
Dimplez.
have not.
Look at me. I feel
Amber's about to throw something in my face. Camille might not talk to me ever again.
No. Okay, talk about your water.
I do
got
this
your
with love.
Thank you, Amber. After being attacked.
Oh my God.
Dimples.
Camille's about to cry. Y'all don't even understand.
I'm sensitive.
In real life. In real life.
She'd be like, no.
No. Y'all seen that Get Out movie where she's like, no.
No. That's exactly what Camille turned to.
Camille was like, no.
So water intake is very important to me this year.
Is that your final answer?
No. Okay. I was rounding out to it. I want to focus on my overall health and my wellness this year. I think that that's very important.
Oh my God.
I haven't really been putting much time and effort into myself and what I need. So that's what I'm concerned about.
Oh my
Not
God.
some nigga. Dimples.
Camille's so passive aggressive.
But she let it be heard, though. She let it be heard.
Oh man.
So your health and your wealth.
My health and my wellness is my overall objective for 2018. I want my glow up to be epic.
Yes.
I hear that.
Like
I'm
on
with it.
Dimples proportion.
I'm not even glowed up yet. That's the thing.
Just see.
What? Look,
I'm just.
We see the sparkle. We see the shine.
The Fenty
I appreciate
glow.
you. I appreciate you.
You know?
I'm not even glowed up yet. I gotta still convince my body to wake up at 4 so I can go running. Trying to get my life together. I've been on such a weird diet. I'm gonna tell y'all it's so weird. But go ahead. What's your resolution, Amber?
That I for sure
you're
want to
working on?
complete.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, my spiritual journey. Like, I want to be and become more in tune with myself. And like stop second guessing and doubting myself. But also, like, I've been dibbing and dabbling with this vegan, vegetarian life.
You just gotta commit.
Right. Like, I wasn't like, oh, Amber, do another transition. No, just do it. Just do it. So I'm one day in.
Okay. Oh, wait, are you
small
vegan?
Victories.
Are you vegan or veggie?
I'm trying to do vegan.
Okay.
So I didn't eat any like animal products today.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So I'm one day in,
How do
small
you feel?
victories. I'm a little hungry because I didn't prepare. Like, I didn't go grocery shopping or anything.
See,
It
that's
was
that's
just
how you mess up. That's how you
But
mess
I've been
up.
making my Pinterest board, like, my vegan breakfast, vegan lunch, vegan dinner. But that's what I really want to do this year. And also, I want to run a marathon.
Yay! Okay, so my resolution for the year, that was really loud. Lo siento. So I got several resolutions for the year, right? And it's so weird because so often when I was younger, I used to be really superstitious about resolutions. I would never say them out loud because I felt like if I said them out loud, they don't happen. I don't know who told me that, but they was a damn lie. That's not how that shit works. So,
Like the birthday wish.
like the birthday wish, like when you blow on a candle for your birthday, they be like, don't say your wish out loud. It won't come true.
Yeah.
If you say that wish out
But our
loud.
words are powerful.
You know what I mean? But then it's like, in being Nigerian, one thing you find is that we're super superstitious. Like in just the most minuscule ways possible. Like I will never hand you anything with my left hand. And if I do, I usually apologize. And you're like, why is she saying sorry? It's just innate because growing up, handing somebody something with your left was usually a bad omen. Unless I'm older than you, then it really doesn't matter. Right? But that is neither here nor there. So superstitious about words and things that we speak into existence, right?
Okay.
And so I got several resolutions that I'm working on this year. One of them is I want to appear on television as myself. And I'm not talking about like, yo, she's on the news arguing with
like
Trump
it's
supporters
Dimplez show.
or whatever. No, not even Dimplez show. See, you don't already jump through. I mean, what I want, and this is going to be so funny. What I want is for them to be shooting an episode of Blackish, right? Or Dear White People. And they be like, yo, we're going to go stop by Dimplez Radio. And where do they go? They actually come to like, it's kind of like, have you ever seen the movie Brown Sugar?
Yeah.
And they got that scene in Hot 97, but it's really not Hot 97, but it's really Angie Martinez.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's dope. I can see that.
You can see that? Cool. All right, so that's the first thing.
Definitely see that happen.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'd be amazing. I'm not Angie Martinez, but I could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Claim it.
In your own way.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, I could be digital. Yeah. I could be the digital Oprah, which is what I'm working on, which is also on the list. I definitely want to run a marathon simply because, and I know we had talked about this offline, we're getting old. Well, I'm getting old. You guys are still young.
He's so aggravating.
We all moving along with time.
Have a
She
birthday a
thinks
couple
we're
of days
paused
ago
on
and
it.
be like, I'm so old.
Oh man, I am another year older, but I'm getting old. It's so weird, and this is gonna be like super introspective. But like when I was younger, I went to college at 16. So when I was younger and I was going to college and I'm 16, I knew I'm 16 and I knew what I wanted to be. I wanted to be and I had aspirations of being a doctor. I'd always told my parents I was going to be a doctor. I wound up going to PT school, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a doctor. And I had this dream. I kept telling myself that, but I never really saw myself past the age of 18. As weird as that may sound, I'm 16 years old. And as far as I'm concerned, though I have these long-term aspirations, life definitely ended for me at 18. And by the way I was behaving in undergrad, I was very reckless. You could tell I really didn't, not that I was just out wilding. Well, I sort of was, but not that I was ultra wilding, but like I just, I would do certain things without regard to like karma. You know what I mean? Like, or I would go to class, but I wouldn't do homework and the homework would be dumb easy. But I'm like, this shit don't matter, no way, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just I would kind of rationalize my foolishness. Okay?
Sounds like some young people stuff.
Young people stuff, right?
Yeah.
So then at 18, I made it to 18. I'm like, oh shit, I'm 18. And I'm like, but my nigga, are you really gonna make it to 21?
What?
Why do you sound like you in Chirac?
Exactly, or in the
You were in
crazy
Arizona,
streets.
girl.
No, but it's like it's like
Into what aspect? Like life, like living the
like
21,
no,
or just
I
surviving?
it's the vision of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like
you just couldn't see past.
I could not
what
see
you were.
past that age point. Like I could not see past that age marker. You know what I mean? Like talking to me now, if you ask me like things like where do you see yourself 10 years from now, I can give you sort of like, I may not fully believe the picture, but I could give you a picture. But back then I couldn't even give you a picture.
No, that makes sense because
Okay.
like because sometimes people ask me like what 10 years like what you want to be in 10, 15, like 20 years. I'm just like whoa.
We're like, chill out.
I'm trying to figure out next
Tomorrow.
week.
Yeah.
Really trying to figure out what that's going to look like because that sounds really crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know, I totally understand you not being able to see, especially being extremely young. You know,
Yeah.
that's 16, 18,
So,
21.
16, 18,
That's
21.
pretty big leaps.
100%. So like with all of that, you get to where I'm at now, which is late 20s. You get to where I'm at.
You just might as well just say you're 50, just
I
for the
am
record.
50.
Just
Real
say you're
talk,
50 so
real
you'll never
talk.
have to talk about it again.
I'm 50 years old. I'm a cute 50-year-old.
Yeah.
But I'm 50 years old.
Just keep that for me.
So so like, you get to this point where you're like, you have to, where it's like, I didn't die. Like, I didn't, like, my recklessness didn't kill me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, my buzz driving did not kill me. Don't buzz
Oh
drive.
my God, I just had a conversation.
No.
No,
Don't,
just about how we put ourselves
No.
in
We put
situations.
ourselves in situations like when we're young and we're stupid, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, I somehow survived
Like,
the
God was
bullshit.
really, like-
God was really like, hand to God. Like, if I told you like half the stuff I'm talking about, because I can't say on air because my mom sometimes
Peeps in. Yeah.
and I really don't want to give her a premature heart attack. That's just not on my spirit.
Yeah. Too cute for that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Shout out to mom. But it's just one of those things where it's like, if I tell y'all like some of the stuff I was doing and how foolish I was and how much of a lack of regard I had for myself. And then I look at myself now and I'm like, so you really gonna be here? And then you accept like, yo, not only are you really gonna be here, but time is no longer on your side. Like, yes, it is. I have years, God willing, I'm gonna be around for the next 70, 80 years, right?
Right.
God willing. But with that said, I have a finite amount of time to put both my mind, my body, my spirit, and my physical in the most optimal shape possible. Do you know what I mean? Like,
This is true.
This is like the crunch years where it's like you either whip yourself into shape or you stay fat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you either read all those books that you bought off of Amazon and never read, or they just collect dust.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Stuff about me.
you know what I mean? Like,
Got a camera on me.
you know what I mean? You either start, oil pulling and swishing your mouth with coconut oil in the morning, or you lose your teeth. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, that's the thing.
yeah, no, that's definitely a thing,
Okay,
girl.
we'll talk
What's up?
later.
What's up? You know what I mean? Like, but you go through this thing where it's like, I don't have the luxury of time to not do these things that I want to do. So that's why I want to do a marathon. Because it's like, if I don't do it now, or at least I don't train for one now, I'm never going to do it. Because I may still have the mental fortitude to do it in the future, yes. But when will I ever be able to physically push myself to do it? I've had 3 knee surgeries, right? I used to play ball. Okay. Fully aware that when I'm 70, I'm going to probably need a knee replacement. You know what I mean? Like, full disclosure.
You accepted that.
Hey, completely no. I'm knock-kneed. That shit happens. You know what I mean? With that said, though, while I can still push my knees, push my body, push my mind, push my spirit, why not?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds cool.
Camille, Camille, like, I'm walking with y'all, though.
Yeah, Solidarity, I'll get a playlist going for us.
You know what I mean?
We
like,
all gonna be jamming.
you know what I
Like,
mean?
when do we, like, I don't know, like, everybody keeps saying, like, oh, you're young, you're still young, you're still young. So when is that moment where it's like, okay, well, I don't have being young on my side anymore?
That's now. You go through this thing
I
called a
feel
quarter
that.
life crisis.
Yes, I
How
feel
old are
that.
you?
I'll be 25 in March.
Okay, how old are you?
26. I have to think about it for a second.
Why did I think that was a lie?
I'm like, are you lying already?
No, I really just don't think about it.
I wish y'all could have seen Camille's face. Camille ain't know how old she is.
I really have to think about it for a second.
This poor child. No. So you're going through this thing called a quarter life crisis where it's like,
am I doing enough? I'm not doing anything.
am I doing enough? Am I doing anything? I'm supposed to be married with kids. Right?
Yeah,
I'm supposed to be married with
16,
kids.
I thought I was going to be married with kids at this age.
No. Remember when we used to play MASH?
Yes. Oh, my God. I love MASH.
At MASH, I was supposed to be 26 on a mansion.
With 2 kids named so-and-so.
With 2 kids, right? Married to a man named Nick. What up? Any Nicks out there? What's up?
Driving a Bentley.
You know what I mean? Like, I had the whole setup.
Right.
And even though MASH is a game, whatever. But, like, I hit 27. My family like, yo, what's up? Dog, I'm here today. My mom's like, so all I can do now for you is pray.
Bruh.
Mom is just giving that.
She said, I literally got to give it to God and let go.
Like, mom was like, all I can do for you is just pray.
Mom, I'm fine. I'm doing well.
And I think that just comes with having security. Like, you know what? I know what's going to happen. Like, it's all in due time.
But I also feel it's just what society places on us as far as like you have to be 25 and figure out your whole life. And by 30, you're just set and ready to go to spend the rest of your life in this foundation that you built up in your 20s. And it's completely unrealistic. That's not how life works for anyone.
Yeah.
It might have worked like that for Justin Bieber. But like for the rest of us who haven't got their stuff set at 15, having an amazing career, it's just everybody else is figuring it out. And I just feel like people put so much pressure on it based off of society's weird stuff. I still feel like it's like antiquated from the 50s. Because when people were really getting their stuff together like that, they were in their 50s.
It's because, but then also we didn't live as long. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Yeah, we didn't live as long. Like, in the 50s, people dying at 60 made sense. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't live as long.
Okay.
It's
So
like
you got to get it.
my parents are in their 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if I get married now, it's like, there's I'm going to have to live with who I married for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's another.
you're going to have to deal with my craziness for a long time. I may not want to talk to you tomorrow, and that's okay. I'm going to talk to you on Friday, though.
See, okay, let's talk about that because I feel as though, like, granted, I know some people, find their love of their lives at like 16, 17, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if we just take the time to just figure ourselves out and just, live life and know what we like and what we don't like, I feel like regardless if we meet our husband at 29 years old, like it can still be a long and lasting marriage because
I mean, you're gonna be here till you 80 something.
I know what I like. I know what you like. I know that I'm not going to force my beliefs on you. I'm going to accept you as you are, and we're going to compliment each other because we know how to compliment ourselves first.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with, you know what it is? It has nothing to do with you not finding that one. Because I think that's the biggest misconception about young marriages. Has nothing to do with that. It has more to do with two things. One, you have yet to discover the ugliest part of yourself.
Exactly.
One. And then two, the relationship that you're in, that person doesn't know or has yet to have to experience you when we stop being cute. Do you know what I mean? I'm not talking about like, oh, babe, I ain't got makeup on. Nah, that's fine. That's easy. That's super easy.
Mm-hmm.
But they've not experienced you being depressed. They've not experienced you being mad. They've not experienced you in mourning. They've not experienced you with disappointment. They've not experienced you in all these different circumstances, which for the traditional person does not happen in a short period. Right?
Right.
There's some people who do have depression, so they have ebb and flow a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But like other people don't. You know what I mean? Like you most people face depression once they lose a job. How often are people losing jobs that you're able to experience them through that? Or when they're struggling and have no money and they're making ends meet and they don't know how to ask for help. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's never, because like I have this friend who's like my sister, right? And she met her husband. She met him 1 month. They got engaged. 3 months later, we were planning a wedding. 6 months later, we got married. And the reason why her wedding was so expedited is because she waited until getting married to have sex.
Oh, so she was ready.
Right? So she waited. You know what I mean? And all praise, and she's happy, right?
Okay.
But then I have another friend who did something similar, got married in 3 months, and it's like they're still in the honeymoon phase of shit to where I don't even know if he's, and I love my girl. Oh my goodness, that's my girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he's ready or even equipped to deal with her level of crazy.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean? Because we, like, during the first year, 2 years, we're pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
We're still doing things to appease the other person. Like, Amber likes top ramen, the beef kind. So I'm going to go get, well, not anymore because she's vegan, but you know what I mean? Like,
Get her the veggie kind.
Look, old Amber like the beef kind of top ramen. So I'm going to go get old Amber the beef kind of top ramen. Meanwhile, Amber back there like, I don't really like this, but he can't cook. So I'm going to just accept this ramen, right?
Right.
But a year later, you not accepting ramen no more.
Yeah.
My nigga, you need to learn how to make some food.
Mm-hmm.
Amber gonna get hot one day and be like, do you know how to cook anything else?
I just went through this. Not about ramen.
I was just like, see, Dimplez really be knowing people's
but like,
lives.
like me and my boyfriend. It's been like a year, like since we like actually met each other.
Yeah.
And it's like when I went back home, it's like we really had like a moment where it's like, okay, you're getting under my skin, I'm getting under your skin. Like, why? And it's because, like, like you said, things.
The pleasantry stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what?
You come out
though?
the honeymoon phase. You got to talk through it.
It's not even the honeymoon phase, because the honeymoon phase can last like forever, which is like the weirdest thing. I don't believe in that. Honeymoon phase is like.
It can last forever.
Honeymoon phase is like, it can last forever. It's the sentiment of it can last forever.
Okay.
But in real life, like, honeymoon phase really theoretically is 3 to 6 months, because it's like, before boo might come over, you dress a little sassy in the night.
Now
You know what I mean? Now you just got like sweatpants on, like we doing this away.
I'm tired. Give me like 45.
You know what I mean? Like I'm hopping in the
hair down.
I'm hopping in the shower. I'm having a shower. You coming to what? Or you know what I mean? Like you're not even taking your bonnet off at this point after 6 months. Like you're wearing a bonnet. This and then the honeymoon phase, right?
Okay.
Cool. But I'm talking about like the ugliness. You lose a family member. God forbid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something happens. To that degree, that's the scary part about them quick relationships though.
Yeah.
But
then
you know
that's also
what?
the beautiful part too, like when you really find someone.
When you find somebody who rocks with you, man.
But I just don't understand, like, with those types of, like, no shade to anybody who's, like, found their person and just, like, we get married. Like, that's wonderful. I just never understand why rush it. Like, it's just something where it's just, like, we're going to be together. You're going to be together.
I
Like,
mean-
the piece of paper, because that's, like, I look at marriage as such a business. Because that's
Yeah,
what
it
it
can
is.
be.
Well, that's what it
It's a
is.
business agreement.
It's a business agreement. You get a, little tax write-off. You get a little help. The end of the, I'm serious.
I'm trying to be somebody tax write-off though.
I'm just saying, like,
this
this
is
is
double income.
this is a business opportunity. Like, that you're about to embark on with somebody, and it's also the I love you forever. But it's just like, to me, it's just like that's just not necessary
you
to
don't
just
need that
jump
paper.
into with somebody just because you thoroughly love them or like them. You could still do not all the things that you're married, because I know, and that's a special bond, like having a husband, having a wife. That's something on a completely different level. But I just don't understand the rush of something when you could just simply just be together and just wait it out, because you don't know how that person is with their money. And that's the type of stuff that really, I know for sure, gets in people's skins just about with friends. So in a marriage and a relationship, you don't know how somebody's handling their finances. They don't know how you're handling yours. I don't know if you cook. Like, that's a big deal. Like, just certain things. How are you
moody
in the
you get, right.
How are you in the home? Are you the person to make up the bed? Do I have to constantly make up the bed? Are you throwing out your clothes around? Like, that's something that's just like
You have to give.
you have to live. And why are you rushing to a point where you haven't even lived with this person for a number of seasons? You haven't even seen the entire year go by. You don't. I don't know you.
No,
I don't know you in the winter.
I don't know.
I know summer and spring.
Right.
Like, that's what I know. I don't know winter and fall. This is interesting. Like, this is who you are in the winter and the fall. Like wow.
I don't know.
I don't know. I want the spring and summer. Like, that's, to me, like, I just don't feel like it should be a rush if you do find somebody that you're that into. It's just like, okay, let's just be cool together.
But playing devil's advocate, what if time is limited and you don't know?
But, like, I'm dying.
No,
Time is
but you
limited?
don't know. But you don't know. What if, like, God forbid, that person passes away in 6 months? And
that's
you
the esoteric nana,
And
like-
you should have taken that plunge when you felt it. And that's the thing. You got to move off your intuition. Either way, your intuition. If your intuition is finely tuned, it's gonna speak to you.
It is.
If you're supposed to marry that person after 1 week of knowing them, you're supposed to.
I don't believe in that. I really thoroughly don't. I don't know.
I mean, I do.
I don't.
If I met you yesterday, and I'm like, you're the man I'm going to marry, and you proposed to me a week later saying, God told me you're the woman I'm supposed to marry, and then we set something up and we married in a month or two, right?
I don't know about that.
See,
I feel I feel like you can know, like
You can know.
but I don't know about like
doing it,
like jumping to it, like
jumping to it. I mean,
like when I met my dude, like it's like hand to God, I was like, whoa, like I just knew. I'm like, yep,
this is the man you're
okay,
marrying.
God, like literally, like I prayed one time, and I was very specific, like this is what I want, what I don't want, and granted, we still had to learn each other, had to figure things out, but it was like I feel like you do know in a sense.
Go ahead.
I feel like maybe I'm just speaking from such a harsh
You are.
face.
Camille is so
apologize.
jaded.
Speaking from winter,
Because I'm just
Camille's so
speaking from,
jaded.
like just
Quiet
hating
nights all
Valentine's
alone.
Day, hating pink and
Singles
red
awareness
together.
day.
Just
You know what I
it's a
mean?
real hard time, and we're approaching it.
You're
so
so
I'm just
funny.
a little sensitive.
You're so funny
about this.
But Camille got a beta.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Don't let her play you. Don't let her play you.
I can't wait for
don't.
that off air.
Camilla's spoken for.
No, I'm not. I'm
the only
very
one.
much not.
I'm the only one in this room single.
That is a lie. That is a lie. You first of all, I wish I had the men who are approaching me. Dimplez got oysters being sent to her.
Oh, the DM that was just ridiculous.
She's
I'm
got
just
a
saying,
nice
you have
little lineup.
You do.
I don't have a lineup.
You have a nice little
I
lineup.
think
You
know
just
what
don't care about them. They're
what
still there.
No. You know what the thing is with me? I intimidate men.
Mm-hmm.
In real life, I intimidate men.
I
Like
can see that.
I really do. And it's one of those things where it's like for the longest time, I used to be like, how do I fix that? But I know I can't.
Don't
I
do me a
can't.
light.
Not even that. I can't.
I can't.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the one thing about it's just the Nigerian confidence of things. I intimidate people in rooms. I don't even realize that I'm intimidating. Camille, you and I had this discussion.
Yeah.
People assume I'm mean. I'm that intimidating.
So what is
And I
that?
don't have to say a word.
Like you're resting?
It's not even my resting face, but it's like, nah, because oddly enough, I don't have a resting bitch face. I don't think so. I don't know. I might. Who
No,
knows?
I don't think you do.
I don't think I do either.
No.
I feel like I've seen my face in its resting position,
Yeah,
and it
it's
doesn't really
fine.
look very.
I think you give off the energy of like your focus. Like you have.
It's the approachability of it.
Yeah.
And like it's one of those things where it's like, I give off a vibe, and this might be by intention, but I give off a vibe where it's like, don't waste my time once you approach me.
Mm-hmm.
And most people are so used to being able to go in cold and being like, hey, what's up?
Right.
And I'm like, you good? All right, cool. I'm gonna go back to this text message now, thanks. And that's just most people don't know how to deal with that.
I think that's a blessing because you won't get half of the nonsense that's out here.
I mean,
You just won't. Just because people will look at you and be like, oh, I don't think she's the one for this one.
because then
you
you know
know?
what it is. Then I wind up in these situations where it's like, I hang on, like I'll talk to somebody, and I'm very traditional in the sense where it's like, as much of a boss as I am in business, I'm not going to be a boss in a relationship. Like if you want to date me, you'll let me know,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you want me in your life, like personally,
Mm-hmm.
you'll let me know. If we don't, I'm gonna just keep moving, and that's okay. But like we'll have this discussion somewhere within like because I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm the type of person where it's like when I'm at home, especially,
Mm-hmm.
there's no sound on in my house. I'm very quiet, which is like, I don't want to say I'm an introvert because I feel like that's used way too often.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm just a quiet person at home, right? I'm an only child. I'm very used to being alone with my thoughts. That's just how I operate. When I step out of the house, or when I know I'm going to have to step out of the house, I know I have to turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm outside. I got to be social. I have to respond when somebody speaks to me. You know what I mean?
This is funny. Things you tell yourself.
You know what I mean?
Say hello, Dimplez.
Like if somebody says hi, the only thing I tell myself, and it's gonna be so funny, but only thing I tell myself is, if you are in public and a white person tries to cut you off, stand there until they move.
Or until they say, excuse me.
Yes. Yes.
Dead
Look,
ass.
look.
And I feel you trying to get over here, but I'm not about to move until you say, excuse me.
I'm like, look, I will stand here. I'm not going to move.
Because I know you trying to get here, but I know
And
you know how to open your
And
mouth.
I know you
say,
have
"Excuse
manners,
me."
right?
They don't say, dude, I promise you, they do not.
All right. Camilla's
Camille,
dying.
you know it's the
Because
truth.
I just went through this today.
And
And
you
it's
know what
like,
it is?
Why are you making it so difficult? You
And
could
it's
just
so
say,
funny.
excuse me.
It's so funny. It's because it be white women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who expect you to say excuse me, and I was just,
You feel my presence.
but
as
you know
you're
what the thing is though?
approaching me.
It's a manners thing, just in general. But I say, what a privilege it must be to expect people to
move out
excuse
your way.
themselves
But that's how it used to be, though.
for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like, and you know what? And it's not even. I don't think people consciously think of that now.
Mm-hmm.
But like, because we're woke, we pay attention more.
And I mean, as Black people, you're always like, at least, you know, in Black households, I know people raised in, you're very well aware of where you're
Your
standing,
surroundings and whatnot.
what you're doing.
My
Are
proximity
you
to
standing on
you.
something?
Yeah.
What are you holding right now? Is that yours? Does that belong to you?
Like-
It's just all
Yeah.
these things that we learn as a child in a Black home.
100%.
Where it fascinates me when you go out into the real world. It's just like, oh, you weren't trained. Like when you're near someone, you don't stand on top of them. You give someone elbow room. You weren't trained that.
You don't breathe.
Oh,
in
okay.
it.
Your mama didn't tell you that. All right. That's very interesting to me.
Yeah,
So it's
no,
just
no,
like
no.
I think it's like a lot of cultural differences because we're
I
just
don't-
raised to.
Nah,
No, I do because like
think
I
it's
don't think
cultural that-
I
I
don't think
think-
that they're raised to really be self-aware, like how we're really
I
trained
think
to be
it's-
self-aware
I
of
think
ourselves. I don't
it's an
think
innate
so.
entitlement.
Okay, but isn't that also being self? Because you have to be aware then of.
I feel like because I feel like they're aware, but it's an entitlement. Like, but I'm supposed to be here.
I don't
Do you
think
know what I
they
mean?
know.
No.
Sometimes I really don't think they be knowing. Like,
Like I thought it was an entitlement thing. Like I'm supposed to be here, or like
Okay.
what was the thing? Remember when affirmative action was like really really big, like just like between 2007 and 2010, there were mad affirmative action cases when it comes to being accepted into undergraduate schools and programs.
Right.
And you have white people with grades that were lower than grades of people who were minorities saying, I didn't get in because these Black kids got in.
no, you didn't have the grade.
Right?
Right.
But it was an entitlement of, but no, I'm supposed to be here. But why aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but okay, if you're supposed to be here, that's fine.
Right.
But they have better grades than you, so why aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just literally because I remember like we would protest through all of those things. So I'm like, I remember like the Barry Goldwater Act and different stuff like that. But it was just one of those things where it's like, I just felt like that entitlement, especially when it came to like school and admissions and all of that, just translated into everything else.
Okay.
Like
I see your thing.
I'm at Trader Joe's and I was at Whole Foods, not Trader Joe's. I would never scandalize Trader Joe's names like this. I was at Whole Foods. Okay. I was at Whole Foods I had just left the gym. I have these headphones that go over my ear. You know what I mean? I'm texting on my phone and I have one of those little bags because I'm going to the bin, right? And this lady is standing next to me. And I'm like, I recognize that she's standing next to me, but I'm not going her direction. I'm standing in front of the bin I want. I'm about to put some stuff in my bin. She taps me on my shoulder. She's like, can't you hear me? And I look at her and I say, excuse me? She's like, yeah, I need to da-da-da. And before she could finish her sentence, I go, does it look like I work here? And she goes, and I said, I have headphones on, ma'am. Really?
Come on now, like just
Does it look like I work here?
Mm-hmm.
She got so embarrassed. Her and her son left the store. And I was like, cool, you wasn't serious about shopping, no way. And I kept on shopping. But it was just some stuff where it was like, because I'm Black, you assume all these, because Whole Foods is always packed. I ain't never been to Whole Foods when there isn't a bunch of people in there.
right.
Right?
Right.
And normally Whole Foods employees got green aprons on. Just
But I feel like that just goes into what I said about being self-aware. Like, are you taking cues? Are you?
But do you even feel like as though you need to take these cues? They probably don't even feel as though they do.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it.
But
I mean,
back to the moving thing. I don't. Since I was a little girl, if you're breathing down my neck and I can feel your energy of wanting to get through, I'm not about to move. Like say excuse me. Like you can make life so much easier and simple if you just say excuse me.
I'm all here for this not saying excuse me movement of 2018. I feel like
Don't
excuse
move.
yourself. That should be the movement. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag excuse yourself. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I was just saying.
I wish I knew this today.
Hashtag excuse. It'd be like,
I
you
could
can
use
excuse.
that.
You know what I mean? You can pull up me. You can excuse yourself. You know? Yeah?
Yeah.
Y'all words?
And make sure you put
You
it
know,
at a high
manners.
register.
You would have.
Can do that. Yeah. So they don't feel threatened.
Nah. I'd be like, nah, B.
No. I felt like
I
it was
felt
a
very,
fight.
I felt very threatened. I saw this Negro in aisle 4.
Oh my
She was just irate.
She talked to me very deep.
Oh my god.
Very menacing. Very, very mean.
I am so scared for my life. This is going to be a tweet, actually. tweet's gonna be like, today in Whole Foods. There was this menacing black woman who yelled at me. Because it's always a yell. It's never, just, no, you can excuse yourself. But nah. So we off that.
Yeah.
New year, new us. You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you ladies for coming by Dimplez Radio.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Even though you guys help me produce the show every week. So shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. And we'll be back with our regularly scheduled guests next week. In the interim, keep on listening to Dash Talk on Dash Radio and all that jazz. Hey. Yes.
I feel like we Migos in the background. Yes.
Offset.
Should have my own little ad libs. Yes.
Dimples.
Get it in Dash.
Llama.
Dimples.
Hey.
Hey. Lollipops. Snapple. Hey.
Okay, bye.
What?